Are you bewildered by the styles of jewellery chains out there for your business and don't want to blow all your budget on things that won't sell? Well, not only are we trainers of permanent jewellery all around the world with our in-depth online course, we're also stockists of the chains and charms, so we see the huge trends happening exactly as they hit. So in this video, I'm going to show you what styles are blowing up right now so you can make the best investment, but also show you what styles might not work for you. So let's jump straight in. So to keep all your clients happy but without breaking the bank, you're going to need a good range of chains that are great for both men and women. You'll need chains sturdy enough for the wear and tear that anklets go through, and you're going to want a variety of metals to suit all tastes. So here's a comprehensive list of chains that will make an amazing starter pack for any permanent jewellery artist. So let's start with this style. This is by far our best seller of chain in both gold filled and in silver. The reason rope chain is so popular is that it's dainty and beautifully simple. There isn't a period where this chain hasn't sold, so it's a really safe bet for your collection. It can be one of the fiddliest to weld with the links all being twisted together, but it's totally worth pursuing for how popular it is. Another simple and elegant and inexpensive style chain that is so popular with clients is this one, and we sell out of it regularly. It's this cable chain. Both rope chain and cable are included in our student kits, because we know our students will sell out of these faster than prime drinks at a school disco. Onto this next style that honestly didn't make it into our store for 3 months because clients at every pop-up bought all that we had before we could list it. The unique boat chain style of the Mariner chain links makes it sparkle as it hits the light, so much so it almost looks like diamonds. Mariner chain moves faster than Usain Bolt, so it's a perfect one for your collection. So are there any options if your client wants a classic, elegant, timeless style? Well then a Figaro chain is going to make an amazing addition to your collection. The pattern is 3 small loops and then an oval. One tip for an elegant piece of jewellery when you're making welded jewellery is to replace one of the loops with your jump ring so the pattern continues seamlessly all around the bracelet. Figaro is a staple of our collection and it never goes out of style. The pattern we're seeing with what clients want at the moment is with something that stands out a bit more, and nothing is more perfect than a satellite chain with its glittering orbs every so often. It looks expensive, elegant and stunning. Again, to succeed at making a permanent bracelet that fills those criteria, you need to make sure that you measure your chain so the little balls are an equal distance apart the whole way around. And just look at these two that are mixed metals. These have been the most popular styles and have been bought out by our clients before they've even made it to our online store. We'll be sourcing quadruple next time to satiate the need for this one. That's not the only trend we see coming in this year, especially when it comes to summer. These stunning handmade beaded chains are so beautiful for people that want something a little extra. They draw the eye to the wrist and they add a splash of colour. We find that they're extremely popular with a younger crowd and they've been shifting from our store quicker than we can say. But what if your clients don't want to have beads and they want something more streamlined and geometric? Well, this style of chain is the answer. Paperclip chain tends to divide opinion with its unfussy shape, but those who love it really love it, and it always sells incredibly well. Now, I am biased because it's my favourite style, and for me, the chunkier the better. Paperclip is often popular for some of our men clients, but what else do they like? Hands down, the most popular chain for men is Cuban chain. These tightly woven classic style chains can be slimmer, but also it lends itself to being a sizable chunky chain. It's a much more robust style of chain too, so it can go through so much more of the wear and tear that bracelets worn 24 hours a day go through. To start with though, we got this silver Cuban chain with men in mind, but we sell so much of it to women in both gold and silver, but silver is one of the most popular styles of chain we have. You will not regret getting Cuban in. Whilst being popular, some of these styles are quite simple and delicate styles that lend themselves to bracelets and necklaces for women. But what about anklets? They go through so much more friction because of where they are in the body. With all the movement of the feet, they have a tendency to stretch. So for an anklet, we'd recommend getting something not too delicate that it breaks, but not so thick that it's uncomfortable to wear. So we want a Goldilocks chain. So what are the good styles of more robust chain for anklets? All chain stretches and gets longer over time, but when it's worn on the ankles with the constant friction of the ankles with walking, daintier chains like rope or cable are much more likely to do so, or even snap. Out of those popular styles, when you're choosing anklets, then Paperclip, Cuban and Figaro are going to be much more durable worn on the ankles and are much more likely to lead to happy clients long term. We advise against chains like very thin rope and cable chain as anklets. We also used to stock this stunning heart chain that clients loved so much, but it was so fine that there were just too many breakages, so we had to replace it with a bigger version. So often it's not just the style of the chain that's the issue, but how fine it is. So those are some great styles that will set you up in your new business. But what about the types of metal? What's the most popular? You may find that gold and silver go in cycles, and some weeks you'll be selling more gold than silver, and some weeks silver's all that you sell. Also, where you are in the world may affect tastes. For example, when we're in Dubai, we sell more gold than anything, and in the UK, rose gold is having something of a resurgence after being wildly popular, but then going out of fashion. But generally, you should have a good mix of silver, solid gold for those who want the highest end bracelets, and gold filled for those that want the high quality, long lasting jewellery that's more affordable. It's absolutely imperative that you know and understand the difference between gold, silver, gold filled and gold plated, and also what you really need to avoid. And for that, we made this really in-depth video here to explain it.